Okay, so that shot there of us going down to Massive Trailhead, thank you, Harley, was actually where our hike ended. Obviously, when you can maybe tell that based on the way I was talking, that we didn't realize it at the time. Here's Frida. Um, the we got our Airbnb. We went into town, and unfortunately, I mean, so Frida's ribs were sticking out pretty badly. I mean, we could tell once her harness and everything was off, and it was pretty obvious that she was really hungry. She was actually snatched some food out of the Airbnb family daughter's hand. That's totally unlike Frida. We went to the grocery store and got her a big bag of dog food and a couple cans of the wet dog food and gave it to her, and she devoured it all. And we were feeding her on the trail until she'd stop eating. But I mean, she had lost a lot of weight and was hungry. She, didn't ever look like it when she was out on the trail. She was so into what was going on. But I think, yeah, and that's one thing that I think we had that dehydrated dog food for Frida. That actually maybe ended up backfiring a bit because so so German short-haired pointers are very common breeds out on trails because that's the reason. I think the reason why is because people Google, what are good hiking dogs, and you find that German short-haired pointers are, and they absolutely are. That's why we have them, and we saw several of them out on the trail. Um, they love to hike. They love being out there, and she never. I mean, you could even that last video, right? She was secretly starving, but she was still very energetic and loved being out there hiking. Um, but they got really small waists compared to the rest of their bodies. So they got these big barrel rib cages with this little tiny waist. And I think with the dehydrated food, they just, like, it's fewer calories per like cubic inch or whatever. Like, it takes up a lot of volume once you rehydrate that dehydrated food, it took up a lot of room in her stomach. So she'd eat until she was full. Um, but that's all the calories she could get in. Like, once her stomach's full, she's done eating. Whereas if you take kibble, which is much more concentrated, she can pack a lot more calories into her stomach before her stomach just literally fills up with food. So I think if we were going to do it over again, we would not get dehydrated food. It obviously will make the packs heavier. But if you want your dog to complete a long hike with you like that, you've got to be able to keep their weight up, and we just weren't able to do it on that dehydrated food. We'd gone on 3 or 4 day test hikes, and everything went great. But once we were out there for 2 weeks, it was obvious if we were. I say she's starving. I'm kind of over exaggerating, but she clearly was on the wrong trend, and it was not going to be sustainable. She was still fine, but it was getting to the point where we probably did not want to keep having her hike forward, and we needed to get her weight back up. And the whole time we were pushing a schedule that was too tight. That's another thing. She always sits on the couch like she's a person. Frida, you're a dog. No matter how much you want to be a person, you're a dog. But yeah, anyway, we just didn't have enough time to get Frida home and then come back. We were doing pretty well, I would say, but that it is the way it is. So I'm actually going to go back out next year. I know Petty kind of felt bad about making me get off the trail. I really was enjoying the hike, and I didn't want to leave. Um, but it was the right thing to do. So she's given me the green light to go ahead and hike it again next year. So I'm already dialing in some new gear choices, getting a one-man tent. I don't think I've ever been backpacking by myself before. So um, dialing down some of those things, but I'll be back out there. And but unfortunately, there will not be a dog with me this time. Petty's not letting me try it again. Even yeah, it's respectable. I respect that decision. But anyway, so yeah, unfortunately, so we made it 170 miles. We made it about 1/3 of the way. So it was fun. We loved it. It was beautiful. I can't wait to get back out there. I think about it almost every day. Now it's like I don't know, there's just the fact that we didn't complete it. It's just this big open glaring thing on the to-do list. So I can't wait. Summer can't get here soon enough. So anyway, Frida's good. It didn't take her long to put the weight back on when she wasn't hiking. So she's all the way back up to her regular, normal, healthy weight. And still loves to get outdoors. So anyway, yeah, so that's all. Thanks for watching, everybody who watched, and I'll be making some vlogs once I'm back out there again this summer. Cheers.